Welcome back to the EchoVideo podcast. Today is a very special day. It is our first annual Christmas special, and to be honest, I didn't think we'd make it this far.
We've come a long way.
So we've come a long way since, when did we start? August? July?
Yeah, we've now, I think, doubled our original 10 episodes.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. It's a start.
Exciting.
Hopefully continue.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do a recap at the end of the year for our final finale of the year. And yeah,
For
so
the
we've
loyal
made it.
Fans. Yes. Thank you for
And
making it with us here.
Exactly. We've gained 2 new subscribers, which
We couldn't
is
have
a
done it
small
without
victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Exactly.
So
Rome
we'll
wasn't
take
built
it.
in a day.
Exactly. Bart's wearing his festive Christmas hat.
Yes. Beautiful. My dad
And
gifted it to me before he parted. It's a very special hat to me.
Oh, there you go. I am wearing a special Kwanzaa hat. And if you notice, I'm not wearing a hat because Kwanzaa is not a real holiday. I'm just kidding.
Fuck. We're back on the Kwanzaa hate.
I'm
It
gonna
always
be
pokes
nice.
out of left field. I never see it
I'm
coming.
going to be nice this episode.
It's like a
I'm
Trojan
gonna be nice
horse.
Did you ever find someone that celebrated Kwanzaa to come on the episode?
I've never found someone who celebrates Kwanzaa to begin with, so
Well,
it was a short list of people.
Okay, well, I'm going to be festive today. I'm not going to be negative like I was in the Halloween one.
Are you wearing
Be a little more
your
festive.
Christmas lingerie underneath all
Yep.
that?
I'm wearing it right now.
Nice.
There's no video, so they have no idea. The
Exactly.
audience.
Hunter sitting
I'm-
across from me in a beautiful red lacy top.
Exactly. That's fucking gay.
Gay is okay, Hunter. It's almost 2023.
We can't get canceled this far in.
I know.
So the question I wanted to ask, being from Holland, being Dutch,
No.
I was watching a documentary about Santa Clauses, and yours is Saint Nicholas,
Sinterklaas,
the bishop
yeah.
guy, yeah, and he comes on a steamboat
Yeah, December 5th.
from Spain.
Yes.
From Spain, and on said boat is a bunch of gentlemen.
Uh-huh.
We'll just call them Peter. We're not going to say anything about Peter. We'll just call him Black
Just
Peter.
Peter.
Look him up if you want to. But in the documentary, it showed kids celebrating Christmas, and they said that they put their shoes in front of the fireplace with their notes to Santa,
Right.
and then they put an apple, carrot, and a dish of water for his horse.
Uh-huh. Amerigo.
You did that as a kid?
I did all of that, yes.
Okay.
It starts around like November 20th like November 5th, roughly, until like December 5th. You have a month where like every Saturday you would put your boot with your little wish list and a carrot and like an apple or like water, like you said, for the horse. Just like you would cookies and milk for Santa Claus, just by the fireplace.
Yep.
And then,
So the other question I have is, after you do that and the day comes for Christmas or for presents, your Black Peter would drop off the bag of gifts outside, right? And then your parent would go and grab the bag. Did you do that?
We did do that, yeah. Traditionally, Black Pete, to the reason they're called Black Pete.
No, we don't have to go.
No,
into
oh
it.
no, it's just okay, yeah. So, but yeah, you would get the burlap sack, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because Black Peter is there to punish, right? Like Krampus, and drop the gifts off almost.
He's a bit like an elf, like Santa's little helper. Like he's the one who goes down the chimney and drops off the gifts. But then, yeah.
So the question I'm getting at: did your dad ever dress up as Black Peter?
I saw this coming, son of a bitch. No, but I did have teachers who did.
That
so
is fun. I watched the documentary and they said like sometimes the parents will dress up as Black Peter and come in and drop the bag off and stuff. And I just imagined your dad doing that, and I was having such a laugh thinking about just
big scary Black Peter,
because your dad is a very, very burly gentleman, and it's just very funny to imagine that. But
oh man, he did dress up as Saint Nick, but I have unfortunately dressed up as Black Pete, and there is picture proof. but we don't have to go hunt that
Hopefully
down.
those pictures don't.
Hopefully
your
I don't
sake.
run a political campaign and then a few years down the road.
Well, as long as you're part of the Canadian Party, we celebrate.
Exactly.
It, so.
It was just a genie. I was dressing up as a
You're
genie.
Justin Trudeau's son. Believe it or not, I was looking up the different variations of Santa in Spain. I think it's the Three Wise Men.
Okay.
Part of the nativity. I think it's Spain. It's one of the countries. It's the Three Wise Men instead of Santa. In certain parts of Germany, it's a fairy called Christkind or Child of Christ, and it's a golden fairy that wears a crown.
Is that the one that Dwight was fucking around as in The Office?
No, that's the Barschnickel. I don't think is real. It might be. I just thought it was made up for the show. And then I think in Norway or Sweden, it's like a little troll, like a little gnome, character.
Krampus baby.
Yep.
Oh, gross.
And then that's all I kind of learned about Santa today.
That's not bad. In your punishment here is a lot better. Like, if you fuck up, you get some coal, and it's fine until next year. In Holland, that burlap sack, it's like a two-way trip. It can bring gifts, but if you're a little cunt that year, they'll take you back in the burlap sack to Spain.
Oh no!
Beat you until you learn how to be a better, and then they bring you back the next year. So try going to sleep with that on your mind.
That's fucking funny. So, anyways, the time of celebration, the time of family. You got any Christmas plans? We are apparently about to get raped by a giant snowstorm.
I heard that. I was just watching, bunker down, kids. It's coming.
I think it's supposedly 20 centimeters of snow.
Yeah, over Thursday, and then rain.
We don't have rain. We were scheduled for rain and then freeze and then 20 centimeters on top, but now it's just fucking snow.
Damn. And then you got the winds, too. They got like 90 to 120 kilometer winds, which is like hurricane winds.
So, knowing Muskoka, usually it fucking misses us and nothing happens, but today they called for clear skies and it was snowing today. And now there's no longer calling for rain. So I have no idea what to expect. So
Well, this might be the last
hunker down
podcast after all. We'll see.
Exactly. Hunker down.
I'd be surprised if you guys don't get a power outage. I swear.
We all do.
Yeah, in Port Sydney, it's so bad, man.
We always got power outages.
There's a twig on the fucking power lines. Everything's down for the next 3 hours.
Yeah, and it's always at your house. It's never at work.
Yeah, never. Fuck, never. And then when you are at work and it happens, they're like, oh, don't worry. We got all these backup generators. Or it's back in like 5 minutes and you're...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that so much, dude. So anyways, Christmas time. A lot of Christmas movies going on. A lot of Christmas specials. What's your favorite Christmas movie that you kind of like to watch maybe every year? Traditionally, maybe a film you watched recently that was Christmas related. What's your favorite one?
Yeah, Christmas movies. They were never really as big in my house. We typically around Christmas, we get like a Sega going, get like a Star Wars going or Indiana Jones or Lord of the Rings. And we typically have a rotation of those. But we did have one, which in grade 5 when I first came here was gifted to me by my aunt, I think. And it was the animated movie Balto. Have you seen that with the dog?
Yeah, Balto.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking
if
about.
That's a Christmas movie, but we would always toss that on.
Winter themed.
Winter themed, yeah, exactly. There was snow, so it classifies immediately.
Yeah. My favorite Christmas movie, probably The Muppets Christmas Carol.
Oh yeah, that's a good choice.
I don't know why, it's just such a great adaptation of the story. Like, it's somehow both like just like a perfect family movie. Like, it's both kind of dark like the Christmas Carol, but it's also got really good like charming humor. And I mean, I love the Muppets. I love all that stuff. Like, it's got like really great songs, and I mean the acting's great. Everything's just so fun about it. And it just feels like Christmas. Like, to me, I have to watch it every year. Like, that's, as soon as I see it, then officially Christmas has begun,
Right.
It's one of my favorite. It's my favorite version of the Christmas Carol, in all honesty. I think I said that in I remember Sean talking about the Jim Carrey one.
Yeah, I was actually just gonna say the Jim Carrey one. When I watched that one, I remember so vividly. My mom thought it was the real Jim Carrey, that it wasn't like an animated movie, and she was so amazed by all the makeup and everything. I remember that. It was so funny. Yeah, Christmas Carol is iconic.
But the thing, okay, so here's this thing I was thinking of. Die Hard gets a lot of shit for not being, like, people will be like, oh, it's not a Christmas movie. It just takes place on Christmas.
Mm.
I think the same argument could be made about the Christmas Carol. It's, if you take away Christmas Day, it's the same story. It's just about a greedy man that learns to become charitable. And I think the greatest example of this is in VeggieTales. They do the fucking Easter Carol, and it's the same story of a Christmas Carol, but it takes place on Easter.
Mm.
So by the Die Hard logic, the Christmas Carol isn't fucking a Christmas movie.
Bum bum.
There you go.
Damn,
hot take.
the hot takes of Hunter.
That's your hot Christmas take of the year.
Capitalist
that was
greed
the most
in all the season.
Dude, that was like an argument in my school program. And the argument I heard was, if you take all the Christmas elements out of Die Hard, it's no longer a Christmas movie. And I'm just like, I'm pretty sure that's what happens with every Christmas movie. If you take all the fucking Christmas elements out of it.
It's like, oh, it's not a rom-com if you take all the romance out of it.
Yeah, it's so stupid. Like, oh my god.
That shit doesn't make... Oh, dude, you know what's an iconic Christmas movie?
Which
the
one?
1964 Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. The stop motion.
Dude, I was gonna talk about that's on my specials.
The Yeti.
Christmas,
that is a special. Isn't it? That's an iconic one.
It's still a movie technically. Yeah. I was debating either to put it in my movies or specials, but
we always have the abominable snowman, like the little plush up on the tree.
Nice.
Yeah.
One of my favorite. Dude, that's one of my favorites of all time.
Yeah, it's so endearing and charming.
I love, like, I mean, I grew up with it, so I have a nostalgic view of it. But I love the especially towards the end, the lighting with its like the like deep red neon lights and stuff on the snow and stuff. It's just so great to look at. It's such a great film.
Yeah.
And I think, fun fact, that's technically anime, because all the animation was done in Japan.
Interesting.
All the stop motion. I watched a documentary about it. It's on
Studio Ghibli
one of the
film.
Blu-rays. It's on YouTube. I think it's the Rankin Bass.
Okay.
Animagic. They did all the stop motion in a Japanese studio. Kind of funny.
Man, that's such a great movie. If we're on specials, I mean, we were going to talk about this last week, so that kind of works. Top Gear. Top Gear.
It's like, what the Tom Cruise?
That's the least Christmas movie.
Top Gear. Is that the one where they go to fucking they do like the wise men journey? They start in like Iraq and try to drive to Bethlehem.
That one is fucking amazing. Yeah. Oh man, I remember the Burma one you showed me. That one is
Burma. That one's great.
Yeah, when they have to build a new bridge to the fucking river, and they build it on the wrong river.
And they have that big giant fucking transport truck.
Yeah. Jeremy comes.
And it immediately flips.
You get this shot of fucking Hammond. He's trying to figure his shit out, and you see Jeremy coming up with the fucking massive truck. He's like, this needs a real power.
And it fucking immediately tips
falls over. And it falls on Hammond's truck. And it flips that one too. Oh
my god. Top Gear's great.
Excellent. Throwback to the time, the South Pole one, where they almost actually died.
Oh yeah, they went to the South Pole.
Yeah.
I think it was the North Pole.
Yeah, that must have been it.
And it was them versus the dog sled. Yeah. That one was actually, like, it started off fun, and then it got kind of tough to watch just because how much they were actually suffering towards the end. The two guys, like, well, three of them. Like, they weren't allowed to sleep in the car. They had to sleep on the in the tent.
Yeah.
And fuck, I couldn't imagine.
Oh man, when they make it through all those wedged ice pieces, right? Like all that fucked up shit. They get the plane land, and then they get to all that wedge shit again, and it punctures all their stuff.
Crazy. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Top Gear's Something else.
Top Gear's top tier show. I think, what's another Christmas movie? So a recent one that I watched with my parents, which I thought, I mean, this one's technically not a Christmas movie, but it takes place on Christmas, so I'm going to consider it, is The Lodge from 2019. Have you seen that?
No,
I have talked. I think I told you about it before.
Actually, I watched like the opening 10 minutes with a friend, I think.
It is very upsetting.
Yeah.
Like, it's very, very sad, but the ending is so satisfying.
It's a Christmas movie?
Technically, by default.
Okay.
I'm going to spoil it. So, spoiler warning for The Lodge. Highly recommended by me. Great movie. Not super long. So, basically, the whole premise of this movie is the dad's a psychologist whose divorcing his wife, and their two kids are kind of stuck in the middle. And the wife loves the husband still, and the husband's trying to move on. So the wife ends up killing herself. And then this new woman who was a survivor of a suicide cult, who the husband is trying to like take on as a patient and now dating and getting married to, is trying to make her connect with his kids. So he says, oh, we're going to go up to this lodge for Christmas, and it's like a big deal and blah blah blah. And then he ends up leaving her with the kids, and then the kids, this is kind of the big twist, the kids end up gaslighting her into thinking she's dead and she needs to repent her sins at the suicide cult, and they pretend that they're dead and in purgatory, and the kids are kind of tormenting her. And
damn,
I remember it's kind of like really weird. And then right when I kind of like, there's this shot of a dog. They let the dog out, like, to run away, and then the dog freezes to death.
Oh.
And then the kids start to feel bad. Like, they're like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, now it's starting to get serious. So they're trying to like take it back, but now she's so far gone with the mental torment that she's relapsing into her cultish ways. And I remember this shot of the dog that's frozen, and it's very upsetting. Like, it looks very realistic, and I remember seeing it, and I'm still haunted by it to this day. Like, it's a very upsetting shot of it, like a prosthetic of a dog that's frozen.
Oh, man.
And then the ending, she ends up, I think she kills the husband, and then the kids try to escape, but they crash the car, and then she ends up killing the kids. And I was like, oh man, that was, fuck them kids. They were pretty fucked up to do that. Like, what were they expecting?
Damn.
It's very satisfying to watch. I actually really enjoyed it.
Christmas movie.
But I wouldn't say it's a family film. It's very upsetting, but very decent movie. I really liked it.
Not bad. The Cabin. All right. Oh, you know what actually just sprung to my mind? It's a really good special. The American Dad Christmas special, where Santa tries to kill Stan, I think. And they get in this lodge, right? And they have to defend it from all the onslaught of elves. And they fight them with the candy canes. The candy cane swords and shit.
That one's good.
I like those.
The Krampus.
The Krampus one's good.
The Krampus one is great. And
the Antichrist one is, I think, a Christmas episode.
The Rapture one.
Yeah, that one's great.
That one's probably my favorite American Dad episode, honestly. The Rapture one. The Krampus one's great, too, just because it's so stupid. Yeah. But
underrated. Well, not underrated show at all. It's fucking incredibly overrated. But
American Dad's great.
Yeah, good show. Good fun show. Better than Family Guy, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I think I prefer watching it.
A lot of people prefer American Dad now to Family Guy.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, yeah. I think just because it's more so like a straightforward sitcom as opposed to this like skit comedy show.
Right.
But I mean, a classic Family Guy's great, but
yeah, the classic stuff's always great.
What? I'm gonna come back to Christmas movies. I have one more that I'll finish the episode off with. The other Christmas special I wanted to talk about was Tales from the Crypt, the second episode of season 1. I think it's called what the hell was it called? I think it was like All Was Stirring or something.
Okay.
Tales from the Crypt Christmas episode.
Tales of the Crypt. That's also
and All Through the House.
Okay.
It's the second episode of Tales from the Crypt, and it has the most like Christmassy cinematography. Like the house, the lighting, everything is just so great and feels so like the outside the house feels so cold, but inside feels so warm. The Christmas lights and everything's just great about this episode. It's just like a typical slasher. Like, it's just such a great episode. It's really hard to kind of explain just because it's so much going on. And then you have this greasy, homeless Santa wandering around her house trying to kill her. And I remember there being quite a lot of screaming, but it was really, really good episode. I remember really liking it.
Is it like a serial killer Santa?
Yeah, so she kills her husband.
Okay.
And then this maniac has escaped from, I don't know, the lunatic asylum.
Right.
And now she can't call the cops, so she's stuck at home, and there's fucking lunatic Santa trying to break into her house and kill her. It's pretty entertaining. It's pretty fun.
That's not bad. That reminds me, I think, I don't know if it's a nod to it, but in American Horror Story Season 2, they have, what's his name? I forgot his name. Doesn't matter. Actually, yes, it does. This is important. I need to know his name. American
Horror Story? Was it Asylum or?
Yeah, it's the Asylum one. Okay, you know what? Doesn't matter. But they also have a Santa serial killer who just puts on a hat and starts slashing people up. So I don't know if that's a ref to it. Maybe not. Maybe it's just a serial killer Santa. Who knows?
Maybe not. Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
So a good Christmas special. If you have the opportunity to watch it, I highly recommend that one.
Noted. Do you know what always makes me feel like Christmas is here?
What?
The Frank Sinatra Ultimate Christmas album. When anything from that album plays, oh baby,
dude,
that's music. That's so gold. It's like honey.
I find like classic Christmas songs from like the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
Like that smooth jazzy kind of Christmas is so much better than fucking the awful shit they play on the radio, like pop Christmas songs I absolutely hate.
Pop Christmas makes me want to die.
That's just so awful. Like, I just like the kind of like, Frank Sinatra style. Like, people are like, oh, Christmas music's so annoying, but it's like,
because you're playing the wrong shit.
Yeah, exactly. There's some good Christmas songs out there.
Yeah, it's always the worst when you get like Frank Sinatra on the mall radio or something, and then immediately after it's Mariah Carey or something. It's like, no, please.
Mariah Carey is almost at her full power.
It's over 4,000. Oh,
we're recording on the 21st, by the way. This isn't the 25th.
So
Mariah Carey has yet to be at full power.
Yeah. Give her a few more days and she'll be taking over every radio station in the country. Man, I remember working those 2 Christmases at McDonald's. I thought I was going to go insane. We had to fight over control of the radio station, but management was like pretty on it that you could only play Christmas shit, to keep people festive, but that shit drives me insane. We're 8-9 hours a day, just just Christmas shit. Oh my god.
Mariah Carey's pretty brutal. I like Michael Bublé's album.
Oh yeah, I've heard that one's
I don't mind him. I don't mind that Christmas album.
Oh fuck, dude! Miranda was at a union conference, and there's just a whole bunch of unions getting together from different companies, and there was one for Canna Cabana. So she smoked with them and got really high, but the conference was just outside Scotiabank Theatre, and Michael Bublé was performing there. So as soon as the show finished, everybody was coming out, and stoned as a kite, she met the Wiggles. All 4 of all of them were there.
Hell yeah!
And Miranda's like, holy shit, like losing her mind because that's awesome. But then they're like, you know what?
Turned out it was
no, it was actually
not
them.
The Wiggles.
And they were with a famous Las Vegas Elvis performer, and he put on a whole song for them. That shit is wild.
That's pretty crazy.
Just the Wiggles just hanging out here.
You know what's actually I just saw this right now. You know what's a movie I liked more than I thought I would? The fucking Princess Diana movie, Spencer.
Oh yeah, Kristen Stewart.
Yeah,
watching that?
That's another kind of Christmas movie. I actually really liked that. I didn't think I would, so it took me like months to watch it.
Right.
But when I finally watched it, I actually ended up really enjoying it.
Huh.
It's there was some, I don't know, before, I honestly don't know when the fuck it takes place, but it takes place on this Christmas, maybe the last Christmas she was alive or something.
Mm-hmm.
It takes place on this Christmas, royal family Christmas, and you kind of get to see how imagined reimagining of how the royal family celebrates Christmas.
Right.
And it's pretty cool. It's a pretty interesting film. I actually really enjoyed it. Maybe it was Kristen Stewart's performance, but because she does a really good performance in this movie.
Yeah, I've heard she's really great. I've forgotten my timeline. Did this come out last year?
2021.
Okay,
yep.
yeah, okay. Did she get an Oscar for that?
I think like she got a nomination.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if she won it. No, she didn't. They didn't win it.
Ah, okay. I wasn't 100% sure. Yeah, nifty. I'll check it out. It's been on my list for a bit. It's always those movies that you like the unexpected ones where you're like, yeah, and then you watch it and you're like, holy fuck, where's it been all my life?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, those are nice. Those are nice.
What else? What's the best Christmas gift you've ever received?
Oh, baby. I think it has to be, I think it was a second generation Bionicle set, because that kind of sparked my love for Bionicle, and then eventually into Lego, which led into Lego Star Wars, which is all I got for every single birthday coming up for the next 10 years. So, yeah, Bionicles Lego, that shit is sick.
Bionicles needs to come back.
It needs to, man. I remember the Baraki, those were my favorite, like the underwater ones.
We were close to getting Bionicle back, but for they did some vote where you voted for, like, for their 90th anniversary or 100th anniversary of Lego. They did like a vote to bring back a classic set.
Okay.
And Bionicle was on it. And in the second phase, it was like the Knights of the Lions, like the Castle of Lions or something, which was kind of pissed me off because it's like we were so close to bringing Bionicle back.
Oh man, it got so sick too, man. Like after 2006, like where they still came in little plastic bags. After that, they came in containers. They got so fucking cool.
Dude,
there were always so many on my wish list.
I'm pretty sure Bionicle saved fucking Lego from
I
going
heard
bankrupt.
that too. Yeah, because Bionicles took off.
And it was so cool because it was like Aztec and Mayan. Is Aztec and Mayan the same? Like it was like based off Aztec mythology and stuff.
Yeah, she had a lot of those sick masks. Well, that's where the golden mask came from, I imagine. But
it was so fucking cool, dude.
I know they have like elemental colors. Like every color is associated to some different, I don't know, trait. I guess they have.
The golden mask. I'm trying to think what the best Bionicle. Bionicle is one of my favorite.
Yeah.
Hero Factory was dumb. Hero Factory.
I thought you were gonna say you loved it. I was gonna be very surprised.
What?
I thought you were gonna say you loved it.
No, Hero Factory was like their attempt at, like their sad attempt at like keeping it alive, or a reboot of it. Like I don't know why they didn't just keep calling it Bionicle. I remember fucking one. It was this what was it called? It was like it rode like this giant spider.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna look it up. Bionicle. They all have like these unpronounceable
names. Yeah, literally.
Bionicle.
It's always the ones with the mounts that are sick. I know there's a big red one with a staff that is like this big silver dog.
Axe something. Bionicle Spider Rider. I remember Kitongu. That's the only one I remember.
I like Ignik. Is that what his name is? The one who comes from the Golden Mask, who's got like the sick speeder bike.
I think so.
Yeah, he's golden one. He's sick. I've always wanted him.
Fenrak, I think. But I remember you got like a rider and he had like a chain around its neck. It was one of the coolest toys of all time.
Damn. Dude, if you go into BrickBuy, which is like a website, you can just type in any Lego set and it'll give you a retail price. And some of these Bionicles are going for like thousands of dollars.
Oh yeah, dude.
Insane.
It's crazy. That if we could bring back Vezon and Fenrak, I think is what they're called. I could be pronouncing that wrong. But if we could bring back any fucking thing from my childhood, I would bring back Bionicle.
Bionicles is incredible. I even love
It's
those
just
like
something
little
like-
miniature sets they had where they give you like a Bionicle fortress and like the little minifigures of the Bionicles themselves.
Dude, I
Those were
remember having a
sick.
book, and it was like, I don't know what the book was called, but it was filled with like fan creations, and I think it was like introducing them into canon.
Damn.
But it was like it didn't really tell you how to build them, but it said you need this many of this character, like you need like this many of the green one, and you can make this one. Like they never really told you, which was so fucking cool.
The fan
Bionicle
creations
was
are
sick.
amazing.
Dude, some of them are insane.
I know. They're beautiful. We tried to do a bit of it with the stop motion stuff.
Yeah, but it looked like shit.
It was lit very poorly. I remember that. It had like these
And then
horrible
that fucking-
shadows.
That fucking dickhead from robotics fucked up our whole
Oh,
set.
yeah, he moved the whole thing around.
That fucking prick.
Dick Wad.
I remember that kid.
Never
He was a
forget.
fucking weirdo.
Yeah. All these years later. Fuck you, buddy. We won't forget.
Fuck you. We hate
You're still
you.
on the list.
Exactly. No, Bionicle was sick though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great answer. I definitely did get like 1 or 2 Bionicle for Christmas when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I said the Nintendo Wii.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was like technically not for me personally, but for me and my brothers. It was like one of like kind of like our introduction into video games. Like we weren't
Yeah.
really allowed to play
Me too.
video games. Like I think we had the odd Game Boy, but we were never really allowed to play video games. And then the Wii was like, oh, you could be active while you
I
played,
used the
right?
exact same thing. I was telling
So
my
it was
parents,
kind
like,
of-
oh, you got to be up on your feet, moving around. And then they got me Epic Mickey, and I sat on my ass the whole time. And they're like, what the fuck are you doing, Bart? You promised us.
We got Wii Sports and Wii Play.
Oh, nice.
And then that snowballed into like Mario Galaxy and all the big
Yeah.
ones. So, and I loved that the first generation Wii could play GameCube games and stuff.
Yeah, that was sick. For my birthday, I got the black one, which didn't have the GameCube adapters. And you couldn't play the
Yeah.
GameCube, which sucked.
I remember because
Yeah.
I gave you Pokemon XD.
I tore the back
and-
off my Wii because I thought they were hidden behind a latch.
And then yeah, we fucking tried to pry it open.
Yeah.
And then it didn't have any controller inputs.
And we're like, oh, it still works. Still works. That's what
Yeah,
matters.
dude. That was fucking the Wii was top tier console. The Wii and Nintendo DS.
Yeah.
I never got a DS for Christmas, but the Wii was like such a fucking great
Top
console.
tier. It's crazy. This is reminding me, Miranda, 3 months into us dating, bought me a Nintendo Switch with Pokemon Go, which is like a $500 investment. 3 months in,
Damn.
and I was like, damn.
Damn.
That's a risk you took, but I'm glad. Thank you. And it paid off because now we're engaged. But
There
that
you
was a
go.
sick Christmas gift too.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
My PS3, although technically not a gift, I did get money that Christmas and I used it to buy a PS3.
Nice.
That I got a lot of use out of. Dude, I remember the PS3 though, like that thing lived off of used games. Like I don't think I ever bought a brand new game.
Oh, yeah.
Like maybe The Last of Us. Everything else I bought at the swap shop or Trevor loaned me.
I've never owned a
Like-
PlayStation 3.
Dude, I was like, and then again, that's kind of like the first console that was actually mine, like officially.
Right.
Like the Wii was kind of the family investment, but the PS3 was like mine.
Right.
And so that was kind of
That's
like
a special purchase.
fucking. That was like one of the bigger purchases I've made at the time, and I was like, and I wasn't even allowed. Like my family was like very anti me getting it. Like they're like, oh, if you get it, you're not gonna have any games. Like you can't. Like we're not gonna buy games for you. Like you'll have to do that yourself. And then I was like, no, that's fine. Like I just went with it, and I fucking 0 games. It just sat there for like a week, and then my buddy gave me a bunch of like old games of his. They were all fucking dog shit, but something to play,
Yeah.
right? And then I managed to get a copy of Crisis 2 from the swap shop,
Not bad. Oh, the swap shop.
and that kind of just I kind of played Crisis 2 for like ever after like I played that for like months on end.
Fair enough, though. Crisis is excellent. I just replayed all 3 of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I did get. So that was probably one of the better ones.
That's nice. Yeah, those are special.
Mm-hmm.
Your own. If we're on best gifts, what is the worst gift you've ever gotten? Whether you've expressed it or not, if you have one.
I'm trying to think. Just because, I mean, like, I feel like it's kind of hard to say, like, oh, the worst gift.
Right?
Because, like, even everything you get, you kind of use.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's clothes, like, at the time, you're like, oh, man, I'd rather get toys. But then you end up wearing the fucking clothes regardless. So I'm trying to think of the worst gift I ever got. The worst Christmas gift. If you have one, go ahead. I'm gonna think a bit.
Yeah. When I was 16, my older sister, as like a gag gift, got me a Hustler and a pack of condoms, which was very unfortunate to open in front of everybody at the Christmas tree. But my dad took some pretty immediate action. He's like, you know what, Hustler, way too inappropriate, way too graphic. So he took the Hustler and gave me 3 of his old Playboys.
Jesus.
And then the condoms expired. Like, I didn't do shit with that. So
nice.
That was unfortunate, but it's just funny because I still have them kicking around somewhere, which is for worse or better, I don't know.
Yeah, that's an unpractical one, I guess. That's a good one. I'm just trying to think of something that I've, like, that I bought and, like, that I got and never ended up using. It's just kind of what I'm thinking, and that's kind of what the worst gift is, in my opinion.
I've gotten, like, a season of TV on DVD that I've just never even opened. Like, I've got that.
Oh, fuck. I'm trying to think. Dude, I honestly can't think of one. I mean...
That's fair enough. Honestly, the worst one I got was also my older sister, and we were beefing, and her and her fiance got me a stick of deodorant. Son of a bitch. It's like the Irish Spring one, right? So it's like $1.30.
Fuck.
Incredible.
I guess the worst thing was, remember those, like, fucking, I don't know if you ever got them, because you're like, I remember I got, like, a book. It was like a Lifesavers Christmas book. Like, it was like a little box of candy, but it was like, I gotta see what they're called. Lifesavers Christmas.
It's not like an advent calendar.
No, but it's not an advent calendar, but it looked like it had a lot. And then it had, like, 2 tubes of Lifesavers. And it had, like, a little maze and, like, a puzzle on it. I remember getting those, and those were kind of fucking dog shit. Like, just because it always looked like you got, like, a ton. And then you really got nothing. You got 6
plastic.
Fucking packs of hard candy that you could have bought, like, 20 of them for...
half the waste.
Fucking half the price, right?
Yeah.
So... those were pretty awful, the fucking candy books.
That's fair. Lifesaver, I don't like the minty crushed ones. At least not for like candy. I guess they are more like
those
mints,
ones
though.
I actually don't mind.
No.
But the candy, the Lifesavers fucking books. I'd say that's the worst official gift.
That's fair enough.
I've gotten.
That is fair enough. Do you have like a Christmas drink that you like? Like a nice cozy
Christmas
something
drink.
you like to... like if you're opening your stuff up, for example.
Usually just hot chocolate.
Yeah, fair.
Last year, I'm trying to think. I remember they did Bailey's apple pie.
Ooh, that sounds
so that ended up in a lot of my hot chocolates. Drank a lot of that.
Have you had mulled wine?
Yes, I had that last year, actually. That was very good. I had it last
year for the first time, too. That is delicious.
Warm. I like heating it up.
Yeah,
tastes like
warm.
Apple cider. Yeah,
I was just going to say, too, good. Apple cider is amazing. I love my warm drinks.
So good. I like they do, like, the stouts. A lot of the breweries do, like, the winter ales or the stouts. And they're, like, in the glass bottle. And they're, like, fucking $40, but they're so fucking good. I remember I bought Muskoka Brewery does, I think it's called Winter Beard, which is double chocolate cranberry stout.
Damn.
And they had it in a glass bottle with a cork, and they're like, you can age this, and if you wait till next Christmas, it'll taste even better.
Damn.
So I bought 2, which was expensive in college. It was like fucking $50 for 2 bottles.
After savings, yeah.
And it said, so I read the instructions. It's basically just store it in your fridge for a year. And then next Christmas you can drink it and it'll taste better. So the first one I had, honestly, I wasn't a big fan of it. I remember liking it, but it wasn't anything special. So I thought, oh, well, maybe it's supposed to be aged. And then fuckface roommate of mine dropped it on the floor and it completely shattered. And I was like,
man,
I remember
so
sitting on the
disheartening.
couch playing video games and I heard this giant smash and I was like,
What was that?
I was like, that better have been a bottle of barbecue sauce that costs 50 cents and has not been in the fridge for fucking 8 months.
Oh, man.
And it was all over. And this wasn't even like a week after I bought it. This was the next year. Like, I had it in my house because I was like, I'm going to drink it around Christmas time. Like, this was like the next year. Like, this wasn't the same year that I bought. I was so
sitting there
I was
peacefully
like,
that whole time.
dude, and it wasn't like, it's not something like you can replace, which was the worst part.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like, oh, I'll just go buy you another one. It's like, yeah, go buy me another one last year, you fucking
back.
dick. But I was so mad.
Ruined
dude.
Christmas
I was so mad
for everyone.
because it was like fucking 2 months, and
Yeah.
I would have been able to drink it again. And I was like,
Fucking
just
blue
thinking
balls,
about
yeah.
it.
Tickled your balls.
And I don't think they sell it in the bottle anymore to age. I've seen it in cans, but I don't know if maybe they sell it at the brewery itself, but I have no idea.
I'll
But
keep an eye out open if I see it.
they used to do another beer I miss. I think it was Sawdust Brewing in Gravenhurst. They used to do the Blood of Cthulhu, which was like 10%, and it was like dark chocolate and raspberry.
Damn.
And that was like drinking actual fucking syrup.
Oh.
It was like 11% alcohol, and it was so fucking good, but it was so thick. Like, it was like,
Damn.
oh, like I felt like you had to have like watered it down sometimes, but it was so good.
Like a slushy. Damn. That happens to
It
some
was
of
so
those
fucking good.
fuck those Irish beers. What are they called? Those Guinnesses, when they heat them up, because they heat some of the water gets out, they get a lot thicker.
Yeah.
Man. I've never had a heated up Guinness, but I've wanted one. I've heard they're pretty good.
Oh yeah. I've never actually, I never even thought of that.
Yeah, apparently it's pretty popular in Ireland. My buddy went.
I would imagine so,
Mm.
yeah. Blood of Cthulhu beer. I don't think they make it anymore. Maybe they do.
That's the blueberry one, like the syrup.
Yeah, the
Or-
flavored imperial stout.
Oh.
Enter. I just want to see what the
Are you
flavor
a stout
is. Oh,
fan?
the can
Are
looks.
you?
I used to love stouts.
Yeah.
There was this one they sold from an American brewery that was chocolate and then like spice, but it was like super, super good.
Oh,
like,
sounds delicious.
it was like literally tasted like melted chocolate, and then it had like a little bit of spice to it, so it just warmed your soul. And then I drank 4 of them and threw up, and I never wanted to drink it again.
Fuck. Pace yourself,
Yeah, I
my
was,
boy. Yeah, that's the worst. See,
I was very upsetting about that.
when something you love so much comes back up the wrong way, it just really, it's hard to come back from that, for sure.
Yeah. So it looks like they still make Blood of Cthulhu, and it is a mixture of raspberries, cranberries, and cherries.
Sour. That sounds yummy.
Yeah. I'd like to try it again because I've had it the once and I did really like it, but I don't mind stouts. I find when stouts are really, really good, they're fucking amazing. But then I find when they're shit, you never want to drink it again.
Yeah.
Because like they can be so fucking punishing to drink, and you feel like obligated to drink it all. Because it's like some of them are fucking expensive, especially if you buy like the fucking holiday, like the ones they sell around winter in bottles. They can be like $13 a piece.
No, those
and
are
you're
way
like,
expensive.
You're just like, I gotta fucking drink it, and you're just
You're just
plowing
hurting
through it
yourself,
as
yeah.
much as like as quickly as you can. But
Please. Man, I have that with stouts and porters. They fuck me up sometimes. Never been a big dark fan. But, oh hey, actually, I forgot to mention, I finished up my co-op just yesterday, so Free
Nice.
bird. You know what fucking sucks? I finished it yesterday. I got an early day because my manager was feeling like, you know what, whatever the fuck, I don't want to be here either. So we took
Yeah.
lunch and took an early day. I get
Nice.
home. The very first notification I get is after like 8 months of silence, my fucking supervisor reaches out to me and they're like, hey, we should
Oh.
start talking about next year's projects. And I was like, leave me alone. Give me a day. Like, I had just gotten home.
Fuck.
So that's where I'm at.
Yeah,
But I'm
dude.
glad the co-op's done.
That's good.
Yeah.
That is good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I think I'm gonna do. I don't know. I think we're running a bit. I think we can wrap whenever you're ready. I'm gonna say one Christmas story, and then I'll finish off with the last Christmas movie I want to talk about. And then if you have any stories, so I'll tell you the story first. So I barely remember this. I was a kid. This is my.
Oh my god. The demons don't want you to tell that story.
Oh, I'm dying. Oh my god, I just choked on some spit. So, this is technically my dad's story because he remembers it more than I do, but I remember I went to a Christmas party at my dad's business where he used to work, and there was this one of the kids there who I'll really leave nameless for the sake of the story. We'll call him Sid. So Sid was severely autistic, but it wasn't like the crazy autistic. It was like the fucking angry autistic where he just got angry at everybody for doing the mildest things.
Okay.
Like, so they had the Santa Claus come in for all the kids, and the Santa you sit on his lap, you tell him what you want for Christmas, and then he gave you a present, and then he opened it, and it was, from what I remember, nothing like too special. But I mean, as a kid, no matter what you got that was a toy, you were fucking excited. Yeah. Like it could have been fucking a toy, a Tax fucking man action figure. Yeah. Like, you would have loved it no matter what kind of deal. So then I remember he went up, he got his gift, he was very angry, and my dad says he just immediately went, "Fuck you, Santa," and ran away.
Oh my god.
And like, everyone was just staring at him because they don't know the kid's autistic, right? And then I was just like, that is fucking funny.
That man had a personal vendetta with Santa. Fuck.
He fucking yelled, "Fuck you, Santa," at like the office Christmas party. Oh my god, I couldn't imagine the parents like,
that's so fucking funny.
"Oh, I'm sorry." Like, that'd be fucking horrible.
They weren't allowed back the next time. They had their own Christmas party.
That's kind of the one funny Christmas story, I guess, that I have.
Oh man, I guess I kind of have one, but it kind of leads into a prompt. This is more Christmas themed because this happened in grade 6 in Holland, which puts me at like the ripe age of 9, I think. But we had like this Christmas little viewing party or something. You know when they bring out the like 2000 TV, the big ass fucking box on the little rail card,
CRTV on the little cart. Yeah. So, which was the greatest day.
I know.
Ever.
You always thought it was gonna be a good time. You gotta pop into fucking VCR, rewind the whole thing. But we watched Jurassic Park 2, and I was at this point like a big scaredy pants. And I kind of made it through Jurassic Park 2 okay, but then we watched Scooby-Doo 2.
Scooby-Doo
scared the fuck out of me, man. I remember so vividly that night when the ghost pterodactyl comes in through the window. That shit scared the shit out of me. And
I don't remember the second Scooby-Doo movie.
They're all terrifying equally. But it made me think, because recently I rewatched it, and it's still unsettling, but not scary. And I was wondering if you had any experiences of movies that you watched as a kid that like terrified you, like Gremlins or something, that you came back to and you're gonna like face your fears.
Nightmare on Elm Street, dude. I watched that when I was like fucking 11 and I shit my pants. I didn't sleep for like a week.
Fuck, I was so
even to this, like, I never slept normally. Like, I always just hid under the covers at night for like ever, dude. I was so fucking traumatized by that movie.
That's the thing with Elm Street, man, because you can't just like close your eyes and like, okay, the monster will go away, because once you fall asleep, that's the issue. It's fucking terrifying.
The fuck out of me, dude. I was so scared of that movie.
Yeah, I just rewatched it again recently. It is still scary. It's a good movie. Scary.
It's good, but I mean, now looking back, not the scariest thing, but that was like one of the first movie with actual like blood and gore.
Right.
And it just fucking freaked me out when that first kill in the dream and he's stretching his arms across the wall.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just was like, oh. Jesus Christ. Freaked me out, dude. Scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah, man. Robert Englund, what a beauty.
Mm-hmm.
What a beauty. Do you have any other Christmas-themed events or anything of the sort?
Just trying to think before we wrap. I mean, I remember sledding, like winter sledding is the greatest thing. I'm hoping to go this weekend.
I haven't gone sledding in a while.
Dude, sledding was so much fun.
So fun.
I remember we used to go in college. There was like a tiny little hill on our fucking campus, and we were like sledding it. It was so much fun.
You could go for ones that are like in the parking lot, built on like cement rubble from the construction site. That's what we did last year at Laurier.
Oh, nice.
There's like a rebar sticking out of the ice and shit.
Jesus Christ. Dude, sledding on the ski hill is the greatest fucking thing ever.
Oh, yeah.
When you can find that perfect time to go, so much fucking fun.
It's magical. Did we end up doing it once? Because I know we had plans to.
We had plans, but I don't think we ended up doing it.
Unfortunately not.
If you can, I don't know what your plan is. I know Bryce is
Yeah, I'm going to try to maybe still be
coming
able to make
down
it
on
up.
the 26th, so if you can make it to Barrie, I might be able to pick you up.
Yeah, that could be banging.
And then we can go fucking sledding on the ski hill for sure.
The boys.
Dude, that'd be so much fun if we could go. We'll bring the GT racers.
We're confessing to crimes.
Yeah.
on the podcast.
We can try the ski hill, but then there's also other places we can go that have pretty gnarly hills.
Yeah, you got to go for the ones that are closed
bomb.
off in the winter. The ones that don't get
That would be
salted
the
and shit.
bomb.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we don't
maybe.
break.
I think that's
this plan.
Boxing Day, right? 26 is the Boxing Day, so maybe it'll be closed for Boxing Day.
That's very possible.
Well, who knows?
We'll
Figure it out.
We'll have to see. Either way, could be fun.
The last movie I'm gonna recommend. This is kind of like a prank movie to show your fucking family, and whenever they say, let's watch a Christmas movie, always pick Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny. It is this fucking awful movie from the 70s. It's on YouTube. It is atrocious. It is like the dirtiest B movie ever. You can barely understand it. Santa his sleigh gets beached in Florida. The reindeer all go home, and then he summons all the children to come help him out of the sand. And then none of the kids can get him out of the sand.
The cover.
This is 20 minutes in. He calls all the kids. None of the kids can get him out of the sand. So then he tells a story, and then this is like an hour and 15 minutes. He'll tell the story of either Jack and the Beanstalk or Thumbelina, which has nothing to do with Christmas whatsoever. It's an advertisement for an amusement park called Pirate Bay. I think Pirate Bay, Pirates World, or some old theme park in Florida. And then finally, once you probably forget that it's a Christmas movie, it cuts back to Santa telling the story, and then the kids go to the theme park and find this fucking like ice cream, this dude in a rabbit suit in a fire truck. And he drives the ice cream truck to fucking Santa, and then they get into the ice cream truck and drive into the woods, and the movie's over.
Oh my god!
It's
well, if that doesn't
horrible.
encapsulate the Christmas spirit, I don't know what will.
The audio is so atrocious, you can barely understand any of the dialogue, and they're singing, and it's so fucking funny. The greatest scene is at the end with the ice cream bunny. The kids are singing, but the siren from the fire from the ice cream truck fucking overcrowds it, and you can't hear shit. All you hear is an air raid siren.
That's actually really funny.
So if you want to piss your family off and probably never be selected for another movie night again, show them Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny.
Oh, bet. Maybe that's something I'll do this year. They've always trusted me, so now it'll pay off.
If you do it, you got to record
I
the
will.
fucking
Put up the
family
tripod.
reaction. That'd be fucking hilarious.
That's incredible.
All right, so I think that's going to wrap us for the
Christmas
first
special.
ever EchoVideo Christmas special.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think then what we're going to have the Empty Man, and then Well, the surprise film, I guess, but we kind of hinted at it. So, anyways, we're going to see you in the next episode after The Empty Man. So our schedule is kind of fucked up, but after the next episode, we're going to do our New Year's episode, which is going to be a wrap of our year, our favorite things from 2022, video games, books, movies, whatever the fuck we did, stuff like that.
Mhm.
And
It's gonna be a good time.
that's going to do it for the year, and then we'll hopefully have we'll hopefully discuss the future in the episode and see what we're planning on doing in the new year.
Mhm.
Other than that, have yourselves a Merry Christmas.
Yes.
Don't fucking drink too much. Spend time with your family. Have fun. All that stuff.
Take
Watch your favorite
pictures.
movies. Hopefully you get some good stuff. Have a Merry Christmas.
Merry
Good night.
Christmas. Good night.